Hi, I'm Christy. And if you've ever stood in the deodorant aisle, the snack aisle, honestly, any aisle, staring at 40 options, wondering what's actually better and what's just marketing, you're in the right place. This is For Real Talk, where we try to make sense of what we're actually buying and why it feels so confusing. So earlier this week, I read this article about Target and some changes they're making to win back the quote unquote busy family. And it kind of made me laugh because I was like, hey, Target, it's me. I'm your busy family. They're making these claims that they're going to lower prices on 3,000 items. And at first I was like, oh, you think I'm going to come back to you and shop there because you lower prices on 3,000 items? I mean, it's a great start, but you're probably lowering items on the things that I probably don't buy and probably aren't value aligned with what I value in my purchases. And so if that's your big plan to woo me back, I mean, maybe I'll come in and be curious, but I think this is where they really don't understand what it would take for me to shop there regularly. This is the disconnect because I never really left Target. I have a red card. I'm sure you do too. I just backed away from big box shopping entirely when I can. Because I walk into a store, any store, grocery store, big box store, and I catch myself thinking, this all ends up in a landfill. All of it. So much plastic everywhere. Even on my fruit. Why is there plastic on my fruit? I don't get it. There doesn't need to be this much plastic. And trash. And the stuff is so cheap. Shop any home goods aisle, or you pick up a garlic press and it feels so flimsy. Like, this isn't built to last. This isn't pass it down to your daughter heavy duty stuff. This stuff is cheap and it's going to be thrown away. And then walking into the health and beauty aisle. Are you kidding me? Even the food aisle. It's all chemicals. It is all manufactured and processed and ultra processed, and it's not good for me. It's not good for my family. But to give Target, a little credit, I was like, okay, I'll read on. Let's see what else this guy has planned. This new CEO. Because they say they're going to get crisper on the guests that power their growth, which is, alas, the busy family. Me, the busy family. We're busy, we're overwhelmed, we're short on time. But shopping in your aisle does not solve any of those problems. You've just presented me with 200 of the same product I'm looking for. I then have to weed through and decide which one is going to be best for me and my family. You haven't filtered any of this for me. You are relying on me, the consumer, to do my homework and then select a product, right? And every aisle's like that. You start with good intentions. Yes, we're going to start over here. It's usually in women's clothing. That's where they bring you in. And then by the time you get to the deodorant or grocery aisle or cleaning aisle, I mean, you've run a gauntlet. Everything is yelling at you. I'm clean. I'm better. Trust me. I'll make you skinnier, healthier, prettier. You're exhausted. There are thousands of options. When they talk about getting crisper, right? They're talking about what they stock, how they price it, and how they present it. They're talking about optimizing that moment. They're not in it for clarity or to help me make better choices. They're in it for what I'll grab quickly and come back and buy again. That's it. That's how these stores work. Because we've been sold this idea that more options equals better choices. But you and I both know that that's not what it feels like. It feels like overwhelm. No wonder selecting toilet paper or cleaning products or food, you have decision paralysis because there are thousands of choices we have to make as consumers every time we stop and shop in any of these stores. Now, let me get to my little article here. Okay, so right here, this is the article. They admit they lost clarity and the discipline that makes Target a place loved by busy families. Now, one of the things and one of the ways they're going to reestablish that clarity, buzzword by the way, is through its merchandising authority and increased focus on curated product categories. Now, I don't know about you, but curation sounds amazing. But this isn't a neutral filter. So if you go back to the article, and we are talking about this line right here, merchandising authority. Okay, they want to be the authority on merchandising. So essentially, the filter for their own brands so that I trust them, that they're making all the right decisions, doing all the right things. And when I see anything that's curated under this merchandising authority, I should trust it. And an increased focus on curated product categories. These are good buzzwords: clarity, merchandising authority, and an increased focus on curated product categories. It's an interesting concept. The real question is, who is making those decisions? What is the actual filter they're going to use to help me make those decisions? Who is behind actually helping me decide all of this? And I get it. I get it. Look, I'm not dissing Target. I need Target. Okay. Where else can I go and pick up dog food, a glue stick, underwear, and grab chicken for dinner? Nowhere. I'm going to Target. I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to the big box stores. And they exist because of convenience, right? I've got kids, practices, I mean, swinging in between drop offs to pick up this and that for school projects or food or whatever, right? One stop shopping matters. And I'm not dissing it. I'm not saying that that's not important to me, because it is. But these systems are built to scale, not to give me clarity. This is where I think they're missing it, right? I don't need more options. I like cheaper options. But please stop. Look at your sourcing. Look at your global manufacturing. Because if you made changes, real changes to that, I'm telling you, it would be a game changer. That's how you would win me back, for real. If you could be totally transparent about all the products that you say that you're going to curate and become the authority on, give me complete transparency. Because right now, I don't trust where anything is coming from. And also, I don't want to research everything I buy. I just want to trust it, understand it, buy it, and move on. That's the goal here. And like I said, Target's not doing anything wrong. They're doing exactly what they were designed to do, which is scale, which is to keep me coming back, which is to keep all of these things moving off their shelves and into my cart and into my home. That's what they're built to do. But what they don't realize is they've got a trust problem. And you can't fix it with a price cut or slapping, the Target brand on all the products. There's no transparency in that. Aren't you doing what every other big conglomerate and company is doing? But that's the model. That's the model they're in. And I don't fault them for it. That's the system that they've built. But I'm saying, as a consumer, what I'm looking for is people that treat their businesses, their people that work for them, their products that they're making. What's in the best interest of my family? What's in the best interest of the planet? What's in the best interest of humanity? These models are based on the backs of part-time workers. CEOs and these companies record millions and billions of salary bonuses and record profits. And I get it, that's the way it's set up. But until there was some kind of earth-shattering paradigm shakeup, I just think Target's not going to win back customers like me. But maybe they will. And you know what? I still got to shop there. I still have a red card. So, Target, I'm going to be watching. I'm curious to see what you've got to roll out. And let's see if you can woo me back into the aisles. Can you give me a little clarity? Because, geez, man, I'm looking for it. If this episode made you think a little differently about what's in your cart, that's kind of the point. You can find more at forreal.life. You can follow us on Substack, our socials, and anywhere you get your podcasts. And if you've ever walked out of a store thinking, wait, what did I just buy? Same. Till next time.